Ali Carter broke off frame 1 and he knocked in a terrific red, just couldn't keep the break going. And then can Liam Davies continue in the same vein as he won that first frame?
Update from table 2, the last frame of the session over there. Amir Sakosh 2-1 up on Alex Clenshaw. 1 red left, and it's all to play for.
Six. Seven.
It's all a learning process, and clearly when you turn professional, it becomes your profession. Snooker. It's not a hobby anymore. It's not, you know, pure enjoyment. It's about paying bills. So I think one of the best decisions, and Barry Hearn's made a lot of them as World Snooker Tour chairman, one of the best was to give players a 2-year card. It always used to be at 1 year, and obviously only one season's points, and so many players dropped off. At least you get the 2 years, and that works out at, well, around about 30 ranking events to try and find your way. Still not easy to stay on, but we saw Stan Moody, didn't we, last season? He definitely improved on his first year. He kept his card.
Yeah, Dave's estimation of the number of ranking events players can be involved in is quite correct. There are more ranking events than that, but to qualify for the World Grand Prix, Players' Championship and Tour Championship, you have to earn, well, very hefty
22
points. And if you're down in the rankings, those events must seem like nirvana.
Yeah, every tour player can get in 15 ranking events, and then there's another 3, as you say, that are limited field. Anyone can get in them, but you have to be doing really well. When Judd Trump turned pro 20 years ago, there were 6 ranking events.
23.
In the first one, he drew Fergal O'Brien, who schooled him. And in the second one, he drew Ding Junhui, who hammered him. So after 2 events, he hadn't won a match and only had 4 left. He did actually stay on, but he only won 8 matches, you know. That's because there's so few tournaments. Thankfully, times have changed considerably. But, you know, on another couple of defeats there, he could have been off the tour. You just don't know when he would have got back on because there was no Q school. So he would have been off the next year.
And Dave, future world champions were relegated.
Well, yeah, Sean Murphy, Karen Wilson, Neil Robertson. There's 3 straight away. But they all came back much stronger, having been off. Karen worked in his snooker club behind the bar and was really determined. I guess that would be the last sort of other job he would have beyond being a snooker player.
We've had some great other jobs for snooker players over the years. I think the most obscure, I'm not going to mention who it was, but it was definitely true. A delivery driver for a maggot farm.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Wilson, who's on table 2, of course, he did drop off the tour, spent a few years as a taxi driver. Fair still running on this break. from Liam Davies. He's starting to look good now, isn't he? I do like his sort of quiet determination.
39.
And it must be brilliant to be able to, you know, be around Mark Williams. I mean, back in the day, if you turn pro, sort of the very top players, well, you wouldn't see them at the venues you were at, and, you know, they were like gods. But Liam's known Mark since he was a boy.
$47. $48.
Well, the way the match began, first off he thought he'd potted a red, it didn't go. Then he did knock in a red and simultaneously knocked in the pink. So the match began a little shakily for Davies, but now he's looking really smooth, although that positional shot wasn't quite on the button.
55.
Now this is the kind of red, not identical, but the same kind of angle to the same pocket that he missed earlier, that he thought he potted. No repeat.
56.
So, not much more to do here. 62 the lead. Another red with pink or black.
62.
And snooker's required, and it's been a very assured break, this. And I'm sure Ali Carter is just keeping an eye on things upstairs, because he'll be ready to play him later, because he's got to play Yuang Jiao first. But just be observing the sort of form Liam Davies is in.
As Davies dominates the second frame.
70.
Amir Sakosh has frame and match ball
12.
on table 2. And talk about being thumped
71.
in. The pink doesn't follow, but he's 20 ahead.
12.
So Alex Clenshaw, well, tilting at windmills, leading 2 snookers with pink and black on the table. Make that 3. Clenshaw concedes.
78.
Amir Sakosh, after the first session of Group 7, is on top of the table with 4 points. Clenshaw eliminated.
79.
Here, Liam Davies has hit the groove.
Yes, and every chance to make a century, and you know, you never know. If he were to draw with Carter later, it could come down to who's made the highest break. Ali Carter's had 103 in his match, first frame.
127.
Liam Davies' highest break so far on the World Snooker Tour, 134. So he could actually just pip
92.
that by 1 point if he took blacks with the last two reds. Either way, it's been a terrific break, this. And the black is for the century.
Well done. He's the 25th player to make at least 1 century
100.
in this tournament this year.
Yeah, and we've already seen, haven't we, you know, the strength in depth of the players. So many lower ranked players, not only making centuries, but making personal bests. So Liam Davies needs the 6 colours to set his new personal best break at 135. More significantly, maybe he has beaten the Carter 103. If it comes down to that later.
110. $113.
Yes, and 135 would set a stiff target.
117.
The wins of Carter and Davis matched each other in their first match, 3-1 both.
$122. $128.
I really like what I'm seeing from Liam Davies, who looks the real deal. As Dave mentioned, it is